Once upon a time, in the tranquil hills of ancient India, there lived a young monk named Siddhartha. Siddhartha was known far and wide for his wisdom and serenity. People from distant lands would journey to seek his counsel and guidance on their spiritual journeys. His fame grew, not because of his words, but because of his presence, a deep and abiding sense of calm that seemed to radiate from his very being. One bright morning, a troubled traveler named Rajiv arrived at Siddhartha's humble monastery. Rajiv was weary, his mind filled with turmoil, and his heart heavy with the burdens of the world. He had heard stories of the monk who could calm even the stormiest of minds, and he hoped Siddhartha could help him find peace. With great humility, Rajiv approached Siddhartha, who was sitting under a majestic Bodhi tree, his eyes closed in meditation. The monk acknowledged Rajiv's presence with a gentle smile and gestured for him to sit beside him. "I have traveled far and wide in search of answers," Rajiv began. "My mind is in turmoil, and I can't find peace. I've heard that you possess the wisdom to calm even the most restless of minds. Please, teach me your secret." Siddhartha opened his eyes, revealing a profound sense of serenity within them. He spoke in a soft and reassuring voice. "My friend, the path to inner peace begins with understanding the nature of the mind. Imagine your mind as a clear, still pond. When there are no ripples, the water is calm, and you can see the reflection of the sky and trees perfectly. But when the wind blows or a stone is cast into the pond, ripples disturb the surface, and the reflection becomes distorted." Rajiv listened intently, captivated by Siddhartha's words. "The thoughts in our mind are like those ripples," Siddhartha continued. "They create disturbances, causing us to lose sight of our true nature and inner peace. To calm the mind, we must learn to observe our thoughts without attachment, just as one watches ripples in a pond without trying to control them." Rajiv pondered this wisdom and asked, "But how can I observe my thoughts without getting carried away by them?" Siddhartha smiled and said, "Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Now, imagine yourself sitting by that clear, still pond. Visualize your thoughts as leaves gently falling onto the surface. As each thought appears, acknowledge it without judgment, and then let it float away like a leaf carried by the breeze." Rajiv followed Siddhartha's instructions, and as he practiced this simple meditation, he felt a sense of calm washing over him. It was as if the pond of his mind was becoming still, and the ripples were gradually subsiding. Hours passed, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, Rajiv opened his eyes. The turmoil in his mind had receded, replaced by a profound sense of peace and clarity. With gratitude in his heart, Rajiv bowed to Siddhartha and said, "Thank you for teaching me this invaluable lesson. I now understand that true peace lies within, and by observing my thoughts without attachment, I can calm the storms of my mind." Siddhartha nodded and replied, "Remember, my friend, the journey to inner peace is lifelong, and each moment is an opportunity to practice mindfulness and still the waters of the mind. May your path be filled with serenity and wisdom." Rajiv left the monastery that day with a heart full of gratitude and a newfound sense of calm. He carried Siddhartha's teachings with him on his journey, a reminder that in the midst of life's storms, there was always a way to find peace by simply observing the ripples of the mind, just as the clear pond reflected the beauty of the world when its waters were still.
you.